guys, and welcome back to another Dream Team stream. I hope you guys are all well. It's exciting. We got a lead up, early deadline for Gameweek 8. Don't forget, tomorrow at 4 p.m. So all very interesting. Now, as for the Dream Team, we got to do ourselves a bit of an update. And Glenn Knightley of Everything Arsenal was on last game week, and he was going for the record of 5 players making it to the Dream Team or our weekly wildcard. And unfortunately, Glenn, I'm sorry to say, yeah, you didn't even get one. We as a collective, we didn't even get one Dream Team player. So we had a decent-ish game week. We were below average, but we did okay. Mendy got 6, Diaz got 6, Chilwell got 6, Mitrovic got 8, Kane getting his 6 for 12, and then we had Kilman on the bench who also got 6. So, we did alright, but when we take it over to the Dream Team, we realise we were way off. We were way off on some of our picks. So yeah, again, it's always the ones that you don't kind of think of. So Leno getting his 7 points, Anaya with 15, 8 Nori, which was, of course, was Gianni's pick a couple of weeks ago on the Dream Team stream. He was just a couple of game weeks too early. So yeah, that was a good turn up for the books. But that's what this weekly wildcard Dream Team thing is all about. We get these little picks, these little gems in, and even when they don't necessarily come through that game week, it gives you guys an idea of some of these players that you can be thinking about for your team. And Gianni picking out 8 Nori, as basically, if you were thinking about him, then it's paid off this week with his 15 points. Walker with 15, Kurt Zuma, who I did a bit of a piece on in the Fancy Football Scout article this week, so make sure you check that out. Bellerin with 12 points. Ward Prowse out of nowhere with 17 points. The birthday boy bringing it large. Fair play to him. We had Tealsman again, another one just out of the draw there. We didn't see that one coming. Grealish is somebody we've had in our Dream Team for a couple of weeks now, and we got rid last game week because he hadn't performed for a couple of game weeks. But, that's Grealish for you. He comes back fighting. Ziyech with 14 points. Chelsea team looking really good now, and Ziyech looking a real attacking threat. It's definitely one for the watch list, I think, and it'd be interesting to see whether you guys want to keep him in this team this week or whether you guys want to ship him out. And of course then we got Vardy up front with 14 points. Jamie Vardy, you can never quite just rule him out, can you? He always just comes back when you least expect it and pumps that out. So very interesting, but unfortunately, Glenn, 5 was a stretch. We didn't even make one, buddy. Not even one. So on that note, I'll just quickly say hello to some of the guys in the chat before we get focusing. So hi Scott, welcome, hope you're doing good. And we have Sharon, Kev, welcome Kev, Mac, how you doing, buddy? Nucleus here, hi, Simon. As seeing Dizzy, hey Dizzy, hope you're good. Alstato's here, welcome, and Dread FPL. Ray Raisin, welcome Ray, hope you're doing good. And we have Charlie, One Rovers Vlogs in. Oh, I hope you're all good. Jeffers is here too. Hey, welcome everybody. It's really good to see you guys. I will just head on over and get ourselves an FPL Focus in. So, hey Graham, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, Nim. Yeah, Focus here. Time to focus. Let's smash it this week, everyone. Hopefully we can get 4. 4 is the magic number.
Yes, let's hope so. Yeah, I think maybe we should just aim a little lower again this week. Four would be great. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but we haven't been successful past 3 yet, so it's asking a little something of us. But why not? We got to aim big, don't we, Graham? We got to aim big
every week.
every week. Hoping you guys are loving some of Graham's graphics going on at the moment. Helping out with the stream there. So yeah, he's got it down, man. He's got the dream team down.
Got to get in the spirit, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Right, okay. Shall we head on over then and choose this week's dream team? Now, before we do, let's take a quick look at the up and coming fixtures. Some standout teams. Graham, what are we thinking here in terms of the matchups? So, some players we might want to focus on. Obviously, it's the big derby between Liverpool and Man City this week. Do we really want to invest money in that matchup? Saying that, there could be goals galore, couldn't there, really, between City and Liverpool? A lot of talk about Arsenal players this week. What are your thoughts on us, Graham? Would you be considering an Arsenal asset this week?
I would love to, especially since Martinez has been letting us down. Where them save points disappeared to Martinez?
Know. Oh my word.
And they know him as a goalkeeper, but then equally he knows them as strikers and where they like to favour where they place the ball. So it's going to be an interesting game, that one. Yeah. And then the Man City pool game, often with big games, people stay away from them players because it's a big game. They're always put off a bit. But if you can pick the right player in that game, then you're onto a differential pretty much, as in captaincy, if you're brave enough.
If you're brave enough, yeah, exactly.
Which I'm not.
Yeah, no, neither
Admittedly.
am I. Neither am I. You're not the only one there, but at all. Okay, so I also think, Chelsea against Sheffield United's probably going to be quite a big one. Spurs, West Brom even. I was going to say West Ham then. Spurs, West Brom. Probably we need to be looking at getting some Spurs players in. So I'm eager to think that we've got a couple of good matchups this week. Graham, your first pick, please, buddy. Have you been thinking on this? Who is going in this week and for whom? Please.
It has to be exactly who you said, and I thought, she said it. It feels like I'm copying, but Hakim Ziyech, I think he has to stay. He'll be my choice against that dodgy Sheffield United defence. Chelsea are at home. Chelsea's starting to play a lot more better now. I think Werner would have been the obvious choice, but I don't want to be too boring. So, yeah, keep Ziyech, please, Nim.
Well, we had Pulisic in, but the Dream Team had Ziyech. So you're switching Pulisic for Ziyech, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. All good, all good. I will just head on over and do that for you now.
Captain America for Captain Morocco.
Love that. There we go. So Ziyech in. Right, so we've 0.8. And I need to have a think about who I would like to get in. Oh, I don't know. I should have thought a bit more about this, really, shouldn't I? Before coming on. But I quite like the Chelsea picks myself, but I'm trying to think how I would fit a Werner in up front with us not having a vast amount of cash to spread around. Who else do I like?
Well, it is your choice on the player, but I know what you're saying by cash. But then,
what about what do we think about Gareth Bale this week? Maybe as a bit of a differential to Kane or Son. Maybe for Sterling. I mean, they do have Liverpool this week. You know what? I'm going to go with Gareth this week. You've got Gareth Bale in your team, don't you, Graham?
I actually do. And I'm hoping that he finally gets that start, especially against a weak West Brom side with Bilic pulling his hair out there, basically.
So there we go. There's our picks. So we'll head on over now to the chat. And I would love to know what you guys think on who we should choose as a goalkeeper this week. I think I see my wildcat in the chat there, Miss JNO, did I see? Hope you're okay, buddy. Yeah, so thoughts on a goalkeeper, please. Let's get some goalkeepers in those chats for this week. I mean, Mendy's not a bad shout. We could keep him another game week. We do have our maximum now for Chelsea, but you know what? Chelsea have a great fixture this week. There's a reason why. So, should we keep Mendy? Let's have a yes/no in the chat, please, people. It'd be pretty cool to get your thoughts. Ooh, Nucleus says Lloris. That's a good shout, obviously, with the Spurs thing. So, that's quite good. Ray thinks Lloris will start tonight. Yeah, that's possible. Good, yeah, good shout there, Ray. Possibly. Could do 20 minutes though and still score a hat trick. You never know. We've got Leno shout in the chat. We've got a Meslier in the chat. We've got 2 for Lloris now. Martinez, Simon says no. Focus Darlow. Interesting there, Graham. Interesting. Just on
no Danny Ings. No Danny Ings to go against.
Yeah, that's yeah. The Ings thing is an issue because I have Ings in my team, so it is a worry that he's out, and I don't know about Che without Ings because we don't have any real data without Ings playing as to whether Che is a good replacement. So yeah, I mean, he's done well the last few weeks, but obviously he's had Ings to kind of bounce off of, so I don't know on that one, but we can get back to that a little bit later. Okay, we've got 2 Llorises, a Meslier, yes for keeping Mendy, no for keeping Mendy, another yes for keeping Mendy, so that's 2 yeses to 3 Llorises now. It's looking like Lloris might take it, although Reyes also said Darlow, but that's 2 to 3. So we will go with Lloris. Okay. Not a fan myself, but oh, hang on, we've got a late Napoleon's come in with a late Mendy shout for keeping Mendy. Ooh. Okay, I tell you what, guys, we'll leave Mendy in for now because he's a bit cheaper. And then we'll come back to that spot. Okay, Chilwell, guys. Do we keep Chilwell, yes or no? Now, Chelsea defence, Graham, did a piece about this for Scout this week. Looking good, looking solid. Are you a Chilwell man? Are you a Zuma man? Is there, you know, I wish we could maybe rely more on James, but I don't think we can. So what are your thoughts on Chelsea defence and whether we keep Chilwell or whether we switch him for somebody else?
Yeah, I love it because I've got Chilwell in my team. Always a very attacking option down the flanks. Seems to always be involved, and that's exactly what you want from attacking defender. Zuma, I've actually brought in this game week as well, so I've gone for the double up on on the Chelsea defence. Looking for a clean sheet. I think they can do it.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to keep Chilwell this week. But obviously, if we do decide to go with Werner up front, then we might need to reconsider either Mendy or Chilwell. But I think for now we can leave him where he is for sure. I'm pretty happy with that. Trent, now he is a big discussion in the FPL community this week. He is a very big discussion. Lots of people getting off of Trent. Let me know in the chat whether you guys are sold, whether you've kept, whether or not we should keep him. Remember, this weekly wildcard is a little different to those others on YouTube. We are just choosing a team for one game week here. Obviously, hopefully by doing that, we're going to help you guys out with possible long-term wildcard picks. But we are just looking at the up-and-coming fixtures at the moment. So with that, Trent, what do we think? Keep, yes or no? I'm leaning towards selling. I mean, that's a very bandwagon thing to do. He's one of the most sold, I think, this week in terms of the defenders. In fact, let's go have a quick look at that. But I'm pretty sure that he's one of the most sold defenders this week. Graham, do you have any Liverpool players? Oh, did you get Salah in last week?
No, I didn't actually do that in the end.
You didn't do it in the end, okay.
No. So still no Liverpool for me. But starting to look like attacking wise, yeah, with Jota coming into it more, very impressive. Offers more than what Firmino does, and I think it brings them to life. Defensively, not bothered. I think you can spread the funds that you have in either Trent or Robbo.
And so Castone is the highest, but Trent is just, yeah, he's there as the second highest out this week. We have sell Trent to Creswell, like that shout, Simon. Newcastle's get rid of Liverpool defence. They couldn't even keep a clean sheet against Sheffield. Yeah, I mean, doesn't bode well. I mean, for me, I have Robertson in my actual team. For me, he's another attacker, pretty much. So, whilst he didn't get anything last week, I'm still happy to keep for now. But I do think in terms of Trent, you know, Trent's one of those people, though, that you sell and then he comes good. So I'm a little bit kind of nervous about it, but I think I quite like the idea of getting rid this week in this team. So, guys in the chat, I need a replacement for Trent, please. We've had one already, a shout. I think it was for Creswell. So, yeah, from Simon. So, what do we think? Creswell, people in the chat, yes or no? And if no, please give some suggestions as to who instead. Thank you. Graham, we keeping Nico Williams and Kilman. I mean, cheaper chips helps us kind of keep things at a level, right? Keeping it
absolutely
more attacking, maybe. Although, obviously, looking at the Dream Team last week, I think it was quite big in defence, wasn't it? That was 5 at the back. So, you know, it doesn't always necessarily have to be all the money in midfield and forwards. Bellerin as a shout. Yep.
He got a price rise this evening, didn't he, Bellerin?
He did. That's 2 Bellerin shouts. So it's looking like it could be Bellerin, although we do have another Creswell shout. So it's 2 all now. So Creswell or Bellerin, they're your kind of your options at the moment. Sorry, you might have heard the little doggy. Yeah, she's just making herself comfortable over there. Yeah. So what do we think out of those 2, Creswell or Bellerin? We do have Lazidi says double up on Chelsea, Zuma and Chilwell with Wolves left back confusion. Yeah, I mean that's a possible. We could
Miggy going that. Creswell as well.
Creswell
yeah. For Sa.
Okay, It's looking like it's gonna be Creswell.
Seems to be very involved, Creswell, in that West Ham attack.
He does indeed, and that's kind of what we're looking for. So Diaz. Now this was Glenn's shout over your pick of Cancelo last week, I seem to remember. So given that Walker made it in over both of them.
You couldn't write it.
You couldn't write it, could you? What are your thoughts on Diaz, Graham? Would you keep? Would you sell? What would you do?
I honestly don't know because I haven't considered him as an option, to be honest. But his price is nice, so it could be a cheap way into the Man City defence. Man City got Laporte coming back, which is always an added strength to their defence. So always a good player, but obviously my recommendation is Cancelo. But then if I do that, you do Diaz, Walker will turn up again, won't he?
He will indeed. So what are we thinking in the chat? Astra has said Konza or Mings are also nice, or Justin. So good shouts there. Do we agree with Astra on any of those guys? Would you keep Diaz, or would you switch it up? We have somebody else coming in. Let me know what you think in the chat. This dream team is as much about you guys. The weekly wildcard is as much about you guys as possible, so I need as much help from you guys as possible. During international break, I'm going to look into getting some sort of timer or clock or something or other, so that we can kind of do more timed picks, just to make it a bit more fun and exciting. But yes, definitely let me know. We've got a Dallas from Kev, same Walker. So because with this, there's a lot of kind of different picks there, Graham. And I think if you were using your wild card this week, it would be tough, I think, to fill in that defense, wouldn't it? I think it would be a bit of a confusing time for managers as to where they put their cash in defense at the moment. So we've got another shout for Ailing or Dallas. So yeah, that's 2 for Dallas. So he's looking good, unless we get anyone else on another shout that people have said. So I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to ask you, Graham, on whether Foden is a good shout and whether or not you would keep him this week against Liverpool.
I think I'm, like I said earlier, I think I'm steering away from that fixture. Yeah. I just feel like I don't know who's going to turn up. There's so many big hitters in that game. I don't know which one I'd want to pin it on. Foden definitely is capable and could contribute to that game. Liverpool are a bit weaker defensively, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a cracking game to see who can prevail. But Foden's a good little player now, but his price really is rising now, which makes you think twice when owning him now.
Yeah, agreed.
Nuclear Atoms saying no Foden, he played in the UCL.
Ah, God, so, I hope that's not a thought of things to come, since I do actually have him in my real team. Okay, okay, guys. So the more shouts for Dallas than anyone else, so he's in. Just a quick shout out to FPL Mal in the chat. Welcome. I hope you're good. PVA is her shout. Yes. Mel, keep note of that. If he does well, come back and tell us next week in the chat for sure. But I think at the moment, unless we have some extra cash left over, then I think this will probably be playing 3 at the back with Chilwell, Creswell and Dallas. But, if we got a bit of extra cash, we could switch one of Nico Williams or Kilman for PVA and keep him on the bench. But Nuclear, I hope you are wrong, buddy, that, I'm hoping Foden will get a start. I kind of panicked last game week with J-Rob being out, and that's who I went with. So I'm really, really hoping that, Pep does start him. But I am nervous about him, and one of the reasons I'm not thinking about using all my cash on Danny Ings is so that I can up that Foden spot, because I don't feel comfortable at the moment long term owning Foden in my team because of the rotation. So I think we get rid of Foden.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that Sonny's getting rested, right? So could there be a case of doing a double or a triple up for Spurs this week? I mean, do we like that idea, or what do we think of that? Would we go? I mean, we've got enough cash, or we could take Kane out, put Werner in, and then go with Sonny in midfield for Foden. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Really interested to hear what you guys are saying. So yeah, really grateful. Also, while you're all here, please, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. to the channel. It all helps. It it means a lot to us YouTubers. It means more to us than anything else. So thank you, and your name should appear somewhere on screen if you do that. But also, once you're done, once the stream is done, then head on over to Graham's channel, FPL Focus, and give him a like and subscribe too. Graham, how far are you off the 200 subs now?
I am 3 away.
3 away.
Three
so
away.
There must be 3 people in the chat that can help us out by going over to Graham's channel after the stream and popping him a sub. That'd be great. Jota, love that shout. Loving that shout. That is great. That is proper weekly wildcard dream team stuff right there. But for Foden or for Saint Maximum? What are we saying? What are we saying, chat? Would we put him in for Foden or would we put him in for Saint Maximum? Let me know what you think on that one in the chat for sure. Wayne's saying Kane start tonight. Possible rest versus West Brom. That would be something. That would be a world of hurt, wouldn't it, for FPL managers? The amount of people that would have brought Kane in for that West Brom fixture, my word. Could you imagine, Graham? Could you imagine?
Yeah, because you see that Vinicius that they bring in was playing the European games to give Kane that rest. Now that it makes you think a little bit, but I'm sure Kane's got to be the star man, surely. He's playing a bit deeper to save his legs, so hopefully... Oh, thank you. Simon's just subbed to me, Nim. So now 2 off.
Yeah. There we go. And I think Nuclear's heading over as well to sub. So that'll be helpful. Okay, so we're going to get Jota in for Saint Maximum. People seem to quite like that switch. So we're going to do that one. Let's get on that. Why not?
What are your thoughts on Jota, Nim, at the moment?
I think... if I was doing my wild card now...
What if you were Jurgen Klopp?
If I was Jurgen Klopp? If I was... Wow. Well, let me get into that mind frame of madness.
Need a hat.
I love Crazy Klopp. I absolutely love him because he is about as batshizzel as I am. So for a start, I absolutely love him. I think he's a great manager. If I was him thinking about that team lineup... You know what? Your loyalties with Bobby are pretty strong, right? So Bobby's been with you. He's won you, all these trophies. I mean, he gets Salah and he gets Mane and he gets that whole mold of that front three. And what Bobby does is, yes, his role for what he is, he doesn't score enough goals. We all know this. I mean, otherwise he would be a massive FPL asset for all of us. But what he does is he gets the understanding of Mane and Salah, and he gets what works for them, and he's a provider for them.
Absolutely.
In a way that Jota isn't. And he is more of a kind of... Well, he does that role kind of... like just as you'd expect it. He gets the ball and he heads a goal. That's his focus. I don't think there's wrong with either. I think what's worked for Liverpool in the past with Bobby, it has worked. But there are those matches where they've needed those goals from Bobby, and he hasn't been able to provide where Jota now can. So I'm thinking in my head as Jurgen Klopp, I'm thinking I don't want to upset Bobby because I don't want to upset those dynamics of those front three. At the same time, I'm thinking if the match isn't going the way I want it to, I'm bringing Jota on and I'm going to get those goals that Mane and Salah are missing out on. So in terms of an FPL asset, if I'm considering him, I'm not considering him as my fourth defender yet, because I'm still a bit too concerned about those rotation risks. But I'm not ruling him out if I was doing a wild card as somebody I could have as my fifth midfielder, say, and just know that he's there should he start getting preferred more often than not. So that's probably probably my thoughts on Yotta. Probably went on a little bit too long on that one. So,
No, you're fine. What can you just click on him and see his ownership, please? Sorry.
Yeah, of course
I'm
we
making
can.
it longer, but
5.9% at the moment. 3 goals scored, and he's played 90 minutes only once. He has had an 82 against Sheffield, but he seems to be giving him, you know, the teams that are less difficult for the longer amount of time.
yeah.
So Aston Villa was his 90 minutes and Sheffield United was his 82 minutes. But then against Arsenal, he only got 6 minutes. Everton, he only got 12 minutes. And West Ham, he only got 20 minutes. So I'm feeling like he's definitely doing enough to edge his way into the team. He could be one of these ones that will definitely be, you know, wanting to look at further down the line, which is why I think he's an expensive 5th midfielder for anyone on a wild card. But if you're like me, where at the moment I've got Anguissa as my 5th mid, 4.5, and I am panicking every week when somebody isn't playing, like a Foden, for instance, and I'm making, or J-Rod last week now, I'm making changes because I don't feel like I have somebody who can come in. I don't feel like Anguissa is good enough to come in for those players that are missing out every week, and so I'm forced into these transfers. Whereas if I had Yotta there on my bench, yeah, okay, even if he plays 20 minutes, 10 minutes against Arsenal, scores a goal, you know? So that's why I would be considering him as a 5th for sure. Graham, apparently you've smashed the 200. Kev Max says 201. Get in, Dream
Let's get
Team.
the party poppers out, people.
Well done. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It means so much to me to hit that mark, because that's been a frustrating mark for me to try and achieve. So really appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're just starting out on YouTube, those subs, man, you check on them so often because you're like, you know, you're hoping they'll grow. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
I know how tough it is. I definitely know how tough it is. Okay, cool. Oh, we have John in. Hey, John. Hope you're good. Right. Now, St. Max is gone. Yotta is in. We now have a spot. Do we keep Rashford? In the chat, please, people. Rashford, yes or no? Are we keeping the main man Rashers? So let me know what you think. He was Nonna's first pick, wasn't he, for the Nonna Dream Team, Rashford? She loves him. So, yeah, let me know.
Good old Nonna.
Good old Nonna. We stick with Rashford, or are we going to go for Sonny now that he's getting a rest tonight? I mean, we have 11.7. What about KDB? He seems to be kind of, you know, having a bit of a comeback. We've got 2 no's already. Same and Nuclear in there straight away. No. So they don't want to. I don't know whether that's no for selling or no for keeping. Which one did I ask? I can't remember.
You got carried away. You forgot what the question
I forgot
was.
what the question was. Let me know, guys, in the chat whether we're keeping or selling. That's probably what I should say rather than yes, isn't it? Okay. No, get rid. Okay, so we're not keeping. We've got Badman Tunes in. He says, nah, get rid of Rashford. Okay, cool. Not going to own a Man United player. So Simon, so he's in the no camp. Shah is keep Rashford. Got no. So that's 3 no's to 2 yeses for keeping. Napoleon's on it. Get rid of Rashford. Okay. He's a Man United fan and he's saying get Son. And Mel's saying KDB is a good shout. That's from a Liverpool fan. Yeah, KDB is the player
under the radar a little bit, isn't he?
I'm worried about
surprisingly.
at the moment. I really am. So I am going to be doing the FPL Wildcats tonight, guys. 8:45. Make sure you come on over. Question and answer. We'll be discussing all of this, including a bit of my team. But I obviously have the option at the moment with Ings to go to somebody similar price or a bit more expensive because I have a bit of cash in the bank. This is my personal team. That I am kind of considering going lower to, like, you know, a Bamford or a Wilson's or a Watkins or something like that.
Lacazette.
Just so, Lacazette, yeah, I mean, why not?
Seed is planted, people.
No, that's true. Yeah, I know. Like, I do that. One of my mini league rivals has Lacazette, and she does pretty well from him, to be fair. So he is a shout. But I am considering going cheaper, Graham, just so that I can like try and get as close to pushing Foden back up to KDB as possible.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's wise.
I know Nuclear's saying KDB is dropping deeper than before, so not for me. But the last 3 matches I've watched with KDB, and oh my word, Graham, I'm watching it, and I am one of my mini league rivals has him as captain. Set and forget every week, and every week I'm thinking, here we go, this is gonna hurt. Like when you're watching him, I just think
it's horrible, isn't it?
It is horrible. It is horrible not owning. He is one of those players that I absolutely hate not owning, for sure. So he is kind of on the radar for me. Let's have a look. I mean, a goal and assist in the last match.
I'm quite liking the team so far, Nim, because you got Bale and Jota in there who are both trying to get starts for their club, and it could be the week that actually helps the dream team if they do get that start. They're fully capable of hauling, so it's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So Penandez Hall coming says Sixers, welcome Sixers to the chat.
El Neni.
You know what? Arsenal attack at the moment, some of those fixtures. I mean, just saying. Saying Grealish, Aubameyang. I mean, we have enough cash. It could just be crazy enough. Saying says, ooh, you have 11.7, then surely bringing KDB with Jesus and Aguero returning. Oh, Aguero's coming back, Graham. You can imagine my delight.
You've started her off now, everyone.
You can imagine my delight when I saw yesterday the training pictures. I was like, yes, Aguero's going back. So yeah, by that point though, my actual team, I'll have probably already invested in KDB. So yeah, not so good. Okay, so De Bruyne are in. And I think, looking at the chat, most people were against keeping Rashford. So Rashford's gone. Who do we want in for Rashford, though, people? We've got a shout for Simon for Grealish. I think this might depend on whether we want to move some more funds up top, really. Do we want to go with a Son in here for Rashford, or would we like to drop right down and put some cash in moving a Mitrovic to a Werner, say? What we thinking in the chat, let me know. I think maybe could go a bit. I mean, that's Graham's on Lacazette. Somebody else said Lacazette earlier as well, didn't they? Who was it? I definitely saw another shout for Lacazette. It was Nuclear. So, I mean, we'd have to pump some cash up front in order to do that. So maybe we'd have to go a bit cheaper in midfield. So, okay, the big standouts from midfield last week were Ward-Prowse, Tielemans, Grealish. Any of those, do we think worth kind of considering for another week in a row? Do we, is there anyone else that we're not thinking about?
Sayman Pildal has just said, if I've pronounced that correctly. Basuma, he looks very attacking, I think, Basuma.
Yeah.
Who have Brighton got?
Burnley tomorrow night, so that could be a shout, They're the early fixture, aren't they? The 4 o'clock fixture.
Yeah.
So I quite like that. Okay, so now we got some cash to play with. Who are we selling, people? Bamford or Mitrovic? So Leeds have West Ham. sorry, Crystal Palace, and Fulham have West Ham. So, who should we? That's no worries, John. Actually, shout out to my mum, who did actually have Jamie Vardy in her team last week, Graham. Can you believe it? Yes.
Vardy is on fire.
She just, straight on that. Not even a cares in the world. And he's somebody we haven't even discussed yet as a possible option up front. What are our thoughts on Jamie Vardy, people? Who did Leicester have? Wolves. Ooh.
Yeah, Wolves. I think they'll pick them off on the counter attack.
Yeah. So we've got a bit of a mix for Bamford, and we got a bit of a mix for Mitrovic. Mitrovic, keep Bamford. Oh, this is mixed. So we got one.
I've got a feeling like after Leeds lost, people are starting to be like, oh, nah, but I think that they'll come back stronger, Leeds.
Yeah.
I do. I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, I'm not. Bamford is kind of a bit Pookie-esque, but in a slightly better, casing, isn't he?
He's more old school striker, Bamford, I think.
Yeah. I think he could be fine. He will still tick away, I think. So, okay, so we're selling Mitrovic. Now, with our 11 million, I want to know in the chat, guys, do we go Jamie Vardy or Werner? That's what I want to know in the chat. They're my two. I'll give you Martial as well, but I don't think you'll take it. So I'm mostly we're chatting about Werner, and and Vardy's just come up as a possible pick. So let me know in the chat, guys. Werner or Vardy? Go now.
Love this. Go on, chat.
Go on. Let's have a bit of this now. Come on.
This is a question that I've actually asked this week to several people, Werner or Vardy, because I'm really torn between the both.
I can't quite get to Vardy, annoyingly. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure my own team, that's where I would go.
He's so expensive because of them golden boots he keeps winning.
Yeah, although, a couple of shouts for Jesus in the chat, I'm seeing. Not a bad shout. Considered him myself. Do worry about the rotation risk, but seeing as this is a weekly wild card, 1 week wonder, I think, Jesus might be a shout. They do have that new kid, though, don't they, Graham, at City, who did play in the last match and did do quite well up front. So
yeah, came in and done well, didn't he?
So I'm not sure what happens there. Will Jesus go straight into a 90-minute match, or might he a bit like midweek?
It's split in the chat. It really is. It really is. Like 4-all, 3-all.
Oh my word! Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got one Werner. Kev says Werner will be rested. Do we really think Werner will be rested? I don't know. We will.
The goat says Aguero if you fancy him.
Vardy. 2 Vardys. Hang on a second. 3 Vardys. 2 Werners. Badman says get both. I don't know if we can afford both. So 3 to 2. 3 Vardys to 2. 4 Vardys to 2.
It's an epic battle.
3 Werners. 5. I think Vardy might just have won it. 5. Oh no, hang on. Werner's come back. Oh my gosh. Werner. Oh my word. So I think it's 6-5 to Werner now. Wow. That was an epic battle. Okay. I'm allowing one more. One more comment. Whoever makes the next comment is going to decide it on Vardy
I like
or Werner. So whoever gets in first on Vardy or Werner, that's who I'm putting in. So go now.
Type. Who's it going to be? Werner or Vardy?
Aguero may return against Liverpool. He did, but I mean, one training session. I'm not sure if he'll be thrown straight in for sure. It's just nobody's typed now.
I think they're playing games here.
Oh, but
Benteke, my goodness. Werner. I mean,
there
he
we
said
go.
Werner. He said
Yeah,
he scored 2 penalties.
but he still said the name.
Yeah, got ya.
Okay, cool. Right, Werner it is. Nice. Loving your work, people. Kept us hanging there. The suspense was big time. It was
Dream
big
Team
time.
is heavily reliant on the chat because they pick most of the players. Me and you only pick one each, so yeah.
So
we need you guys.
That means we do have to go Lloris at the back because now we have too many Chelsea players.
I love the way that people are debating in the chat whoever's Werner or Vardy because they're on penalties now. Like it's like Vardy's on penalties. They're both on penalties. Who's the penalty king? We will see. We will see.
We will indeed. Loris is in. Right, party people. We have 1.2 in the bank. Would we like to switch anybody out at this point? Are we playing 3-4-3 at the moment? That would mean we would have to start Jota though. Would we switch Bamford out for somebody? We'll keep Bamford. Or do we like the idea of switching Basuma to under maybe, since we haven't gone for Vardy?
Oh, like Sengisunda looks like another great player who needs to break into the team to get a start. And I think if he does, just like Jota, just like Bale, could do very well.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the cash. How much is he, Graham?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure at all. Is he 6.5? I'm not sure. This will be interesting.
5.9.
5.9.
So we're a bit short. Goodness. We're a bit short. So let's put Basuma back in then. And I'm hearing some stuff in the chat about upping Nico Williams, which we could do with money that we have. 5.1. So what do we think? 5.1, guys, a defender. I love the Aubameyang shout, Bam. Jot it down for us. Come back next. It won't be next week because we're international break, but I'll be back on. We'll be back on Thursday. Maybe the Thursday, whichever guest. I think I got Ray on next stream. So we'll do that whatever day he's free, but probably the Thursday before the start of game week 9 in international break. So yeah, do make sure you jot that down. Come back and remind us that you shouted out for Albert.
Bragging rights.
For sure, bragging rights, definitely. Mel, Bellerin's a shout. You did say PVA earlier as well.
Nice.
Which was a good shout. Should we just go to the 5.1 option so people can actually
Don't forget, if you put PVA in your team, he might stick there like glue, so we won't be able to take him out, people, so be careful.
That took me a minute then. I was like, what's he chatting about?
What's he going on about now?
Oh, glue. Love it. So, yeah, we have the exact cash for Bellerin. Gabriel as well. They could be our Arsenal assets. Konza is another shout. And, yeah, PVA. So, okay, guys, I'm going to get you guys to vote for me now. Gonna go PVA's too expensive. Is he? He's okay, probably too much for us then. Let me look. I think he probably is if he's not on the list. Yeah, 5.4, way too expensive. Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna give you guys some options then, and let's get a voting in the chat. So guys, 5.1. I want to know if you really love me. No, sorry. Vestergaard, Bellerin or Konza, go now in the chat, unless you really hate all of those options, and then give me another option. But I need a couple of different options, and whoever gets the most will go in, and then I'm calling that time on Dream Team. So this is your last chance to vote for the Dream Team today, so let me know. Bellerin, Vestergaard,
Konza,
James.
was it?
James is there. Konza. I mean, do we think no, we can't go James. We got two men Chelsea. We've got two men Chelsea. Can't go James.
Gabriel.
So right, we've got Bellerin. We've got two Vestergaards. We've got three Vestergaards. Go hates all of those options. We can't afford PVA, buddy. We can't forget about him, buddy. We can't afford him. Wayne, we can't get Reece James. We've got three Chelsea already. We're gone.
Guard
We've got
of
too
vests.
many.
Mig says guard of vests.
Get Cancelo, says Nanad.
Yes, Nanad.
Can we afford Cancelo? That's I don't know. Can we? How much he cost you, Graham? You
Might have
him
to
in your team,
Cancelo
don't
that.
you? Let me check. No, 5.4 is too expensive. Forget about him, people. Move on. We don't have the cash. Maybe next week. Okay. It's a Bellerin. So we got. Hang on. How many now? One Bellerin, two Vestergaards, three Vestergaards. One for Gabriel, two Bellerins, three Bellerins. That's three all. Now we got Vestergaard 4, so it's 4-3. Okay, it's close again. God, this is Trump Biden stuff. It's too close to call, people. It's too close. Whoever gets the next one in the chat.
Sorry, too many votes. Can we stop the counting, please?
So whoever says out of Bellerin or Vestergaard, whoever gets in next, with that, all I need to know straight away.
I changed to Vestergaard, said Mel.
Forget about him, she says. Forget about him. Well, I'm going to let the chat decide, Mel. Whoever comes up with the next one. Oh, Nuclear, there you go. Vestergaard it is.
Oh, it's confirmed, definitely.
It's confirmed. It's
Guard of
definitely
vests. Nice one, Mig.
Guard of vests. There's a lot of vesting, people. We're invested now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh dear.
I need a tune.
Oh my god, people. You guys crack me up. I love it. Okay, I'm making the transfers. I am not playing my wild card. Oh, cancel. Oh, did I just hit the free hit instead? Whoops, never mind. Confirm transfers. -36, my word. What are we now? How many players are in the game? Are we not bottom yet? I mean, we are going for that bottom goal. Like you wouldn't even believe. Right, okay. We're going to get De Bruyne in. We are going to have Vestergaard in. And you put Jota first on the bench. And I have Kilman last on the bench. And remember, guys, we will count bench points as part of the wild card, as part of the Dream Team, because you know you guys are still choosing those players and they're still important. So you know, I just think I'm cool with bringing those. Now, we're going to bring you some love. We're going to bring you some Vestergaard love. We're going to bring those vests back. Bringing vests back into fashion for you. So don't worry.
If he gets in the Dream Team, I'll have an image of Vestergaard guarding vests in the background next time I come on.
John, so we had 0 players make the Dream Team. So yeah, I think we were going for 5, I think it was. Yeah, that Glenn wanted, but it didn't come out. We just got 0. We got none. Yes, thankfully, this Dream Team isn't going for rankings. That's not what this is about. What I mean, we're kind of going for the worst ranking we can possibly get. But because we're doing it every week, we're just taking the hits to get in the players we think would do well that week, and so that's why it's not done very well, because it's easily taking like -30, -40, you know, whatever we like. We're going batch shizzle every week, so you know, it's all good. Yeah, it's good. Hey Varun, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Okay, people, it's time to choose the batch shizzle captain. So remember, doesn't really matter. We take too many, as I was just saying, we take too many points hits for it to really matter about points. So let me know who you would captain this week out of this lot of madness. Make it as batch shizzle crazy as you like. We love it. This isn't my team goat. It belongs to my nonna. She's very kindly letting me use it, and I check in with her every week. I tell her who we've chosen, and she loves it. She gets a lot of pleasure out of us doing it for it. In fact, she's probably watching right now, so although she's just not that technical in order to kind of get typing in the chat. So yeah, but
Hi
yes.
Nonna, sorry we took Rashford out.
Yes, she won't be happy about us taking Rashford out. It's probably the things you won't be that happy about. But yeah, she checks in every week, and the very first stream she came on and she gave us permission. So yeah, you know, that's why we're doing this. Okay, so we've got a shout from Kev for Bale. I like that. You know, let me know what you guys think. I don't know. Who do I love here? Who do I love for the randomness?
Captain Guard of the Vests.
Oh my god, wouldn't it be something? Should we do it? For Mel, shall we captain Vestergaard this week? Could you believe it?
Guard of the Vests. Oh
yeah,
my god.
That would be hilarious.
Trending.
That would be hilarious. Let's do it. I feel like we should just do it. Let's do it. Kev did say Bale captain. We've got the goat for Ziyech. Kane is captain. Yeah, I think generally I think Kane is like the person. Kane, Son, Werner, you know, the top 3 candidates. In fact, let's go over and check out Fantasy Football Scout actually, and check who is doing well. They are the sponsors of this video, guys, so do go over and check out Fantasy Football Scout, and make sure that you check out all that they have to offer for sure. I'm pretty sure they're not going to have Vestergaard here for me to choose as an option.
Lord of the Vests, says Darrowell.
So I'll just pick Kane. And
it's got to be Kane, hasn't it? It's got to be right up there now.
Yeah, I would say he's going to be, yeah. So at the moment, Kane is well ahead, 42.84%. Son's second, 21.46%, and Werner in third with 4.8%. Weirdly though, just behind him, Lamptey with 4.1%. I mean,
wow.
I mean, if you go in big, then that's the kind of bat shizzle that this dream team loves, is, you know, is captain in Lamptey, man. I mean, yeah. But yes, you guys, if you want to know a bit of hints and tips and tricks and all of that kind of stuffs, you can check out my article, part of my article here as part of the Scout Network. And you can hear what I have to say just here, a bit more about Chilwell and Zuma. So yeah, do go check that out on the fantasyfootballscout.co.uk website. But yeah, if you were like actually choosing your captain for this week, then obviously for me, Kane, Son, Werner, you can't go wrong. But you know, with the wild card, it's just about getting as many of these people pretty much in the Kings of the Game Week team. So last week, if we wanted to get whoever was winning with the Kings of the Game Week, we'd have captained Ward Prowse, because he did the best out of all of those last week. So that's why we love a bit of a bat shizzle pick here. Hey Glenn, welcome buddy. Yeah, we've mentioned you a couple of times in the streams. I'm so sorry that you couldn't make more than, well, no players. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, okay. What are we doing with our vice captain? Oh, bye Nuclear. Catch you later for the Wildcat stream. 8:45. See you there. Don't forget. Make sure you get a kip beforehand, buddy. Oh, I got 65 points too last week, John. So, you know, vibing, loving that. Okay. So, what do we think? Vice captain. I mean, we've only had one shout for vice captain. And it's from Kev and it was on Bale, so it might just have to stay there. What do you think, Graham?
Stay in there?
Yeah, let's keep it on Bale. Okay then. Cool. Right, so people, this is the Dream Team for game week 8. I hope you guys are going to have an amazing one. Do not forget it is an early deadline at 4 o'clock UK time Friday, so make sure you get those teams sorted pretty much tonight if you're gonna have a busy day tomorrow, because otherwise you're gonna get caught out for sure.
Yeah, early deadline.
I haven't actually decided on my captain yet, so I can't tell you in my real team who my vice captain is gonna be, but the captaincy curse has swung back in the captaincy favour now, Graham. 4-3 now to my captain, so maybe the curse, maybe it's over, but maybe a little bit too early to tell. I'll let you guys know for sure who I'm vice captain in as soon as I know. Hopefully the lads can help me choose tonight for sure. Okay then guys, so I'll wrap it up there. If you've got any questions at all that you still want answering about Gameweek 8, then do please come over and check out the FPL Wildcats tonight. Go on over, subscribe there, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on it for sure. And before you do that, if you've enjoyed the stream, as always, I'm always ever so grateful for any likes and subs you can leave to the channel. And now that we've got Graham over 200, Graham,
yes.
where next, my friend? 250? 250?
Well, I think 250's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Not to 300, but 250's nice.
Yeah. So, I think HM is new to the chat. No, this isn't a team. It's just a team for the game week. So it's just for a 1 week wonder. So yeah, not my team personally. Head on over to the Wildcats to see mine later. So yeah, and don't forget to like and sub to Graham's channel. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon and for joining Graham this afternoon. So it's a goodbye from me and it's goodbye from Graham.
Goodbye. Good luck in Game Week 8, everyone.
Good luck, everybody. Catch you soon. Bye.